Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I am your host, İlham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. The Heydər Əliyev Square was inaugurated in Tashkent on June 21st. President of the Republic of Azərbaycan, İlham Əliyev, and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, attended the opening ceremony. An official welcoming ceremony was held for President of the Republic of Azərbaycan, İlham Əliyev, at Kuksaroy residence in Tashkent. The Heydər Əliyev Square was inaugurated in Tashkent on June 21st. President of the Republic of Azərbaycan, İlham Əliyev, and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, attended the opening ceremony.
Assalamu alaikum, hurmatli mehmonlar.
Welcoming President of the Republic of Azərbaycan, İlham Əliyev, President of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, said there was a deep meaning in the fact that the state visit began with the opening ceremony of a street named after the national leader of the Azerbaijani people, a great friend of Uzbekistan, respected Heydər Əliyev, as well as the bas-relief installed here. We all know Heydər Əliyev well. He went down in history as an outstanding politician and statesman of the 20th century. He devoted his entire life to native Azerbaijan. In the most difficult years for the country, he boldly assumed tremendous responsibility for its fate, laid the foundation of modern statehood and successfully implemented large-scale transformations in all spheres of life in Azerbaijan. He was truly the architect of independent Azerbaijan. His firm determination and political will, his vast experience as a leader and exceptional leadership qualities saved the young and independent state. It is deeply symbolic that every year on the 15th of June, Azerbaijan celebrates the National Salvation Day of the Azerbaijani people. It was on this day that Heydər Əliyev returned to the leadership of the country and was elected chairman of the Supreme Council of Azerbaijan, said President of Uzbekistan.
Azərbaycanской Республики İlham Geydarovich Aliyev.
Уважаемый Shavkat Miramonovich, дорогие друзья.
Expressing his deep gratitude to Shavkat Mirziyoyev for the invitation to visit fraternal Uzbekistan, President Ilham Aliyev said that he suspended all official visits due to the pandemic and have not paid official visit for more than 2 years. And I am paying my first official visit after the pandemic to fraternal Uzbekistan. This is a manifestation of our relations, a manifestation of the brotherhood and friendship between our peoples. I am very grateful to Shavkat Mirziyoyev for the initiative, for creating such a beautiful corner in the center of Tashkent, dedicated to the memory of my father, Heydər Əliyev. A street, a square, a bas-relief, a beautiful park. This is a truly fraternal attitude towards the memory of the great leader of the Azerbaijani people, towards the entire Azerbaijani people. We in Azerbaijan highly appreciate this.
Yaşasın Özbekistan, Azerbaycan birliği, qardaşlığı.
On June 21st, President Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, visited the Independence Monument in Tashkent. The head of state was informed about the monument erected on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of Uzbekistan's independence, reflects the 3,000-year history of the Uzbek people. The new monument is located near the capital in the center of the complex Yangi Uzbekistan, dedicated to the anniversary of the country's independence. The 60-meter-high monument reflects the period marked by the life and work of prominent personalities. An official welcoming ceremony was held for President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev at Kuksaray residence in Tashkent. A guard of honor was arranged for the President of Azerbaijan in the square decorated with the national flags of the two countries. President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev welcomed President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev. The state anthems of Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan were played. Chief of the Guard of Honor reported to the President of Azerbaijan. The presidents reviewed the Guard of Honor. State and government officials of Uzbekistan were introduced to President Ilham Aliyev, while members of the Azerbaijani delegation were introduced to President Shavkat Mirziyoyev. The Guard of Honor marched in front of the presidents to the accompaniment of a military march. President Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev held a meeting in a limited format.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev held a meeting in a limited format.
Then President Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev held the meeting in an expanded format.
Уважаемый Илхам Гайдарович, уважаемые члены делегации,
Saying that Azerbaijan is a close friend and reliable strategic partner, President of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev said that the common religious and moral values, similar traditions, languages and cultures unite both countries, underlining that President Ilham Aliyev continued the work of his genius father Heydar Aliyev and returned the ancient lands of Azerbaijan. President of Uzbekistan added that today, under the leadership of President Ilham Aliyev, reconstruction and improvement works are carried out at those lands. President Ilham Aliyev thanked President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev for the invitation and hospitality, noting that this is a historic visit. The Edover state said that around 20 documents covering all important spheres were signed in the past 2 days. President Ilham Aliyev expressed confidence that there will be good results in all areas: economic cooperation, increasing trade, transport and logistics, and energy. President Ilham Aliyev thanked for the support in the issue of restoration of Azerbaijan's territorial integrity.
Following the expanded meeting in Tashkent, a ceremony of signing of Azerbaijan-Uzbekistan documents was held in the presence of President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev. A number of documents were signed between the relevant structures of the government of Uzbekistan and the government of Azerbaijan as part of the ceremony of signing of documents. In the end, Declaration on Deepening of Strategic Partnership and Building Up Comprehensive Cooperation between the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Republic of Uzbekistan was signed by President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev. Following the ceremony of signing documents, Presidents of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev made press statements. President Ilham Aliyev and President of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev viewed the activity of Technopark LLC in Tashkent.
The head of our state was informed about the Technopark. It was noted that Technopark LLC was established in 2019 with the initiative of President Shavkat Mirziyoyev. Technopark was established to ensure the production of high-tech, competitive, export-oriented and import-substituting industrial products. Technopark LLC covers a territory of more than 103 hectares. The head of state inspected the industrial, technical, electronic, construction and household products produced there.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev planted a tree on the Aliyev honored guests at the Koksaroy residence. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev familiarized themselves with Ichankala Historical Architectural State Museum and Reserve in the city of Khiva.
The Ichankala Historical Architectural State Museum was founded in 1920. Since 1969, the Ichankala city is a museum and reserve. Khiva city was the capital of the Khiva Khanate. The Grand Ichankala complex in the city of Khiva is surrounded by clay walls. In 1990, the city of Khiva, including Ichankala, was included on the UNESCO list of tangible cultural heritage.
On June 22nd, President Ilham Aliyev and President Shavkat Mirziyoyev viewed Nurallaboy Palace complex in the city of Khiva.
It was stated that the Nurallaboy Palace complex, famous for its grandeur and beauty, was built in 1906-1912 by the order of Khiva Khan Muhammad Rahim Bayan II. The complex, consisting of 4 parts in total, includes more than 100 halls and rooms, as well as ceremonial and court halls, residential buildings and madrasa.
President of the Republic of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev hosted a reception in honor of President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev in the city of Khiva. The event featured a concert program. The head of state listened to the performances of artists and spoke with them. President Ilham Aliyev received Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation, Sergei Lavrov.
Greeting Russian Foreign Affairs Minister Sergei Lavrov, the head of state said he recalled the meeting both with Sergei Lavrov and President of the Russian Federation on the eve of this meeting, saying that the signing of the declaration on the Allied interaction in the beginning of this year in Moscow raised our relations to a new level and gave them good dynamics. President Ilham Aliyev added that this document was a good conclusion of very effective cooperation, which lasted for many years between the two countries. Touching on the issue of normalization of relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia, the head of state said that the proposal of Azerbaijan to start working on a peace agreement is yet to receive a response and expressed his hope that it will be positively accepted by Armenia. Foreign Minister of the Russian Federation Sergei Lavrov conveyed greetings and best wishes from President Vladimir Putin to President Ilham Aliyev. Talking about the declaration on Allied interactions signed between the two states, Sergei Lavrov said that it elevated the relations between our countries and that the declaration and other agreements are being implemented on the practical level. As for the regional situation, Foreign Minister of the Russian Federation Sergei Lavrov said that their side is ready to contribute in every possible way to the implementation of 3 documents that were signed by the 3 leaders in November 2020, in January and November 2021.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev received co-chair of the Joint Commission for Trade and Economic Relations and Scientific and Technical Cooperation between the Government of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Government of Romania, Romanian Minister of Energy Virgil Daniel Popescu, Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Adrian Ionut Chesnou, and Special Envoy for Strategic and International Affairs Anna Burchal. The sides hailed the successful development of bilateral relations between Azerbaijan and Romania in various fields. They discussed the issues related to comprehensive cooperation in a number of areas, particularly in energy and agriculture, as well as exchange of experience in energy supply, food security, application of new technologies and electronic systems in agriculture, and the implementation of a great deal of economic projects in the years to come. During the conversation, the sides noted that a meeting of the Intergovernmental Commission would be held and exchange views on the activities of the Commission. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, received Chief Executive Officer of BP, Bernard Looney.
The sides hailed BP's long-term successful cooperation with SOCAR. The company's intention to continue operating in Azerbaijan was underlined at the meeting. BP's contribution to the transition to green energy in Azerbaijan was noted. The importance of the 240-megawatt solar power plant to be built by the company in Jabrail was pointed out, and the significance of the document signed with BP on June 4th in Shusha in this regard was emphasized. During the meeting, the sides also exchanged views on future plans.
Now it's time to review the major developments with our special guests. I'm currently joined by international lawyer and political commentator Orhan Amashov. Welcome, Orhan. Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan, these are the two countries which are not alien to each other. They have been woven into the web of commonalities. How would you assess this relationship?
Well, if you remember last time when I was in the studio, we were discussing Turkish-Azerbaijani relations. And interestingly enough, today we're discussing Azerbaijani-Uzbekistani relations. Two separate subjects, but similar subjects, because we talk about relations between two sovereign nations, two Turkic nations. The Turkey-Azerbaijani relation we discuss all the time, but Azerbaijani-Uzbekistan relations, let's be absolutely honest, had Azerbaijani president not visited Tashkent, probably would not have discussed this subject today. So it's an ad hoc subject, but it's not, of course, fair, because I think that Uzbekistan deserves credit. It's a very important country, and as you said very rightly, we have been integrated into this commonalities, because it's not just about post, we are two post-Soviet countries. We share Soviet-Russian past, but deeper than that, on a profounder level, we do share, we are bound by common Turkic-Islamic ties, and that matters a great deal. And I think that when President Ilham Aliyev said that he has discovered Uzbekistan for himself, that statement, I think, spoke volumes. And he spoke in Azerbaijani, which was perfectly understood by his counterpart, Shavkat Mirziyoyev. So that was an emphasis on that linguistic moment which unites these two nations. We are very similar. We are not totally identical, utterly identical. We're very similar. Apart from those things that I've mentioned, I think that Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan are two countries which occupy a very special place in their respective regions. Azerbaijan in South Caucasus and Uzbekistan in Central Asia. These are two most densely populated countries in their regions and with strongest military units. Our army is strongest in our region, and Uzbekistani army is the strongest in Central Asia. And both Uzbekistan and Azerbaijan, they're neutral countries. We do have allies, of course. We take positions in different international matters, but we exercise a certain degree of measured aloofness, I would say. I would call it that way. And Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan both have signed a declaration of alliance with Russia. We both do not want to antagonize Russia. We are driven by our own interests, naturally. Whenever it's necessary, we may demonstrate qualified neutrality in relation to certain matters, but we both pursue independent foreign policy, and we are both interested in the interconnections, in connectivity. We both have interest in terms of the middle corridor, or otherwise known as Trans-Caspian corridor, and we both believe that future lies in this connected, interconnected web of communication routes, transport routes, and our interests in many ways go hand in hand. So that's our commonalities, on the basis of which I'm sure we're going to build a brighter future.
President Ilham Aliyev described his visit to Uzbekistan as a breakthrough, and President of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, agreed with that. What is the significance of this moment in the relations between the two countries?
I think significance is absolutely paramount. There can be absolutely no single doubt about it. We, in these days, when these bombastic asseverations are being used by many people, we always use the term milestone whenever it should be used or not, it shouldn't be used. But in this particular case, I do entirely agree with the assessment that it's a breakthrough because there's a massive potential when it comes to Azerbaijani-Uzbekistani relations. But this potential, I don't think, was used to the full extent in the first 2 decades of the post-Soviet age. But things have changed over the last 6-7 years, 6 years I would say, and there are figures, and figures are not lying, they're not deceiving. Of course you can always fiddle the figures, but when you are using them in good faith, they will not deceive anybody. And the figures are speaking for themselves. The trade turnover, all economists would say it's very important. It has improved, it has increased over the last 6 years from, I think, 17-18 million to 120 million. So it's a huge importance, huge importance there. The joint ventures have increased in numbers 4 times, for example, and many other, I mean, I can show and bring many other examples. But the fact of the matter is that for the past 6 years, Azerbaijani-Uzbekistani relations have improved. Now we are strategic allies. Uzbekistani president made it abundantly clear that they have always been supporting Azerbaijan over the Karabakh issue. And Uzbekistani president praised Azerbaijani leadership for restoring the justice and returning occupied territories, deoccupying them. And Azerbaijani president also said that the reform deal of the president of Uzbekistan is to be appreciated, it's worthy of emulation. So we do understand each other, and I think that at this particular juncture, what we have achieved, we set a fertile ground upon which we will be able to build and develop further relations. I mean, there were 20 agreements, I think, 20 or 21, I can't remember exactly how many, but they were about trade, they were about investment, and I've glanced at them, and they are all embracing that everything is there, from winemaking, from textile, I think petrochemicals, oil and gas naturally, pharmaceuticals. It's all embracing. Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan do understand that within a certain time frame, we lost something, and now we need to compensate. Now we need to build, we need to augment our relations, and the joint declaration had I think has a political character. It shows about our common will to act in a particular fashion, but also it shows that we need to improve. And improve we need in terms of trade, in terms of investment. I think there are about 250 Azerbaijani companies currently operational in Uzbekistan, and maybe 53, between 50 and 55 Uzbek companies functioning in Azerbaijan. These numbers should go up. And there is a massive room for improvement, and I think that the impetus is there. Momentum shouldn't be slackened, and President made abundantly clear that next month there will be another meeting in Tashkent, and so this process will be strengthened, and we will see the results of this bilateral meeting in the fullness of time, and very soon indeed next month.
What is the importance of these 2 countries in terms of the East-West communications transportation corridor?
Well, I mean, the Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan are connected to each other, undoubtedly, but it needs to be augmented, it needs to be improved. So middle corridor is very important because there is a cargo transport from China to Europe, and in the light of the Ukrainian crisis, what is happening, this importance of the middle corridor is increasing, and it will continue to increase. What's about this middle corridor? Middle corridor unites China with Europe, and it goes through Central Asia, through the South Caucasus. So effectively speaking, what we need to do, we need to increase connectivity, and it is both within the interests of Uzbekistan and Azerbaijan. The current problem with this corridor is that it goes through Caspian Sea, so it's not entirely land passage, it's not land network, so it's multimodal, there are many cross borders, and because there are many cross borders, there are many new arrangements. You need to consider a couple of other things. So there needs to be money should be invested, and you need to consider border arrangements, but it is within the best interest of both Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan, in particular for Uzbekistan, because Uzbekistan is a landlocked country. It does not have an access to Caspian Sea, and it will increase its economic vitality, its GDP, and everything associated with it, and will make it a country of more consequence. And it will all, of course, it's natural, will be good for Azerbaijan, because Azerbaijan has got its own agenda, which is Zangezur Corridor, which connects mainland Azerbaijan with Nakhchivan. And Zangezur Corridor is a segment of the wider East-West network. So from that perspective, I think that middle corridor or Trans-Caspian corridor, depending what term you prefer, is going to be absolutely critical for both countries. For Uzbekistan, I would go as far as to say it is near existential. For Azerbaijan, it is very important.
That was quite an insight, Orhan. Thank you very much. That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us, and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.